hope all of you are having a great day as you watch this. Something that I am asked all the time is, how do you get comfortable in front of a camera? Well, friends, I have been in the broadcasting business for 9 years, and I'm here to tell you it takes time. Oh my goodness, it is something that I'm asked quite often from new reporters, from people who just want to get comfortable even using the camera on their cell phone that I'm doing right now. Whatever the case may be, they just want to get more comfortable because our world is going into a very video-focused age, I think we've been in it for a couple of years. So I thought I would do a quick video to pass along some of the tips that I have acquired during my career so far. Now, let me be the first to tell you, I am not a superstar at this. There's still times I go back and watch myself and think, oh God, that was not polished, that was bad, what were you thinking? But at the same time, every time you do put yourself in front of a camera, it's a chance for you to learn and to grow. Something that's really cool that has not been the focus in years past in broadcasting is this idea of being authentic, being yourself. And that's my biggest advice, be yourself. And quite possibly, that's the hardest advice, knowing that you are trying to be yourself, not trying, but you are being yourself, and you're putting yourself out there for people to judge you, the very being, the very existence that you are. But I'm here to say, don't worry about everyone else. Don't focus on people judging you, and truly be yourself. We are going through a moment where I think of Gayle King right off the bat, someone who is very unapologetically herself, and it is working for her. She's bringing so many people into watching the news, and you go, Gayle King. Thank you for that. At the TV station where I am at right now, a big idea is being authentic, because people can tell when you're faking it. People can tell when you're trying to be someone else, when you're trying to be this idea of what a proper news reporter or news anchor should be, where you have your hands folded like this and you are so serious with every single story. No, that's not how it's done anymore. Focus on being you and showing people who you are, because whenever you are you, that's the best way you are going to be able to communicate a story. But it takes practice with that. So here are some tips I have for those of you possibly wanting to go into the journalism industry, or those of you who simply want to become more comfortable speaking on camera or even public speaking. So first and foremost, practice. Practice makes perfect. I have to go back to my very early days of dancing and being a cheerleader, when so many times I practiced in front of a mirror. Don't mind my dog behind me. He doesn't like it when he's not getting attention. And you can hear the squeaking. So for those of you at home who think you want to go into this business, I want to tell you something. Get a mirror. This is my view of all of you guys right there. Oh yeah, you look good in that circle. But get a mirror. I still practice live shots and different things that I'm thinking about doing right in front of a mirror. This will tell you how things look. This is going to give you an idea of if that stand-up makes sense, if you're being too active, if you talk way too much with your hands and it's incredibly distracting. Doing that work in front of a mirror is going to show you so much about yourself. Something else you need to get that I guarantee you all have is a phone. Oh my goodness. Get your phone out, put it in selfie mode, and start a video and just practice talking in front of that camera. Phones are so sophisticated these days. You see things on the news all the time that was done with an iPhone, with a smartphone, whatever the case may be. Practice, practice, practice with your phone. And then the final thing you need, this is really pricey one. Are you ready? A notebook. Knowing what you are going to say, whether it's for a live shot or maybe you are giving a presentation somewhere, outline it, write it down. Practice in front of the iPhone, practice in front of the mirror several times until you are so comfortable that you know whatever it is that you are going to be sharing backwards and forwards. I cannot stress that enough. Once you are used to being a public speaker or used to being a reporter, now know you don't need the notes, but you still have an outline in your head. I do speaking engagements quite often where I will come up with a rough outline, usually in Sharpie marker, and I will think about it for a couple of days, add little notes here and there, but I have seen that outline so much and I've gone through it in my head so often, I don't need those notes anymore. I'm that comfortable. Somewhere where I practice those things a lot, truthfully, is driving in my car. Turn down the music and focus on what you want to say. Whether you are en route to a breaking news scene and you have some of the details, start thinking about the really important things that people need to know. If you are going into journalism, probably the best piece of advice is don't be a know-it-all. Right, Charlie? Look at that face. Don't be a know-it-all. No one likes a know-it-all. No one likes someone who, whenever a topic comes up, you say, oh yes, and that happened to me, and then this happened, and that happened, and that happened. Oh, you did that? Well, I did it this much better, or I know so much about it. No, if you are a journalist, it is your job to ask questions and to find out about people. If it's a feature story and you are interviewing a doctor, for heaven's sakes, don't go in thinking you know everything it is about the specialty that doctor practices, because you don't. There's no way. If you're going to a city council meeting, don't assume you know every single thing about the resolution that's being discussed. You should know a whole lot about it when you walk in the door, but you should still have the wherewithal to say, I don't know it all, and it's my job to ask questions, because the viewers at home or whoever it is who are going to watch this, they don't have all the answers either. So let's find an expert and figure that out. Okay, so once you have practiced as much as you can, after you have asked all these really good and insightful questions to get all the information you can, it's time to go on air. It's time to give your speech. Be confident. There is a reason you have the job that you have. There is a reason you have been asked to speak wherever it is that you are asked to speak. There is a reason. It wasn't by chance. With the story that you are reporting that day, there's a reason you are reporting that story. So have confidence that you are there for a reason. And also just be confident in yourself. Often I get asked, well, what should I wear on TV? What should I wear on TV? That's not the case. Wear what makes you feel confident. When I give speeches in front of live people, not just on TV, I think of a color or a dress that makes me feel very confident, and that's what I go with. Don't give yourself anything that would make you feel less than the best version of your absolute authentic self. That is huge. For me, it's usually a royal blue or maybe a bright red. Today I'm wearing red, so there you go. Maybe I knew I was going to make this video. And then final thoughts, let's see. It's hard when you are starting in this business because, let's be honest, you are young. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. It's not okay to not learn from those mistakes, to not go back and watch yourself and share it with those people in this business that you trust and say, what feedback would you offer here? Don't get defensive. Always ask for constructive criticism. I still have a mentor in this business that I will routinely send my stuff to and ask for his input because I value it. I'm not going to get any better if I'm not asking for constructive criticism. So as we wrap all of this up, for those of you who are interested in going into journalism, or again, those of you who have a speech coming up, whatever the case may be you. Know your audience and be you. Try to bring you into it where you feel comfortable. Again, don't fake it. Don't try to be this huge idea of yourself. Just be you. You're pretty darn great at being you, friends. And I'll tell you what, there's no one else on this planet who's as good at being you as you are. There's no one even close. So once you are comfortable being you, practice. I cannot suggest the mere idea enough. You're going to feel weird, and that's okay. Practice. Also, practice with your phone. Go back and review it. Send it to a friend that you trust. Have them look at it. Also, again, Write down things, make an outline, whatever it is that's going to make you feel better when you do go on that stage or in front of that camera, reporting live from my living room. Laura Hediger. No, that's way too serious. That's probably how I used to think I should be. Whatever. Anyway, friends, I hope this helped a little bit. If you are getting into the journalism business, don't hesitate to contact me. I would be happy to look at your reel for you, whatever it is, because we're all in this crazy thing called life together. We might as well help out a few people. In the meantime, you have a great day.